Have on our agenda just one piece of legislation. It is SB 166 by Senator Merritt, and we all should have in our folders a sub, LC 461400S. Should be in your folders, and that is the bill that we are going to be working off of. And Senator Merritt, when you're ready, you can tell me your mic number.
I was going to go up there.
Yes, do that.
Okay, members, thank you all for joining today. I know everybody's schedule is very busy, so I thank you all for being here. So we have SB 166. This is a substitute. I did present the bill last week and wanted to make some amendments so that we can close any loopholes. But basically what this bill does, it strengthens local government's ability to hold repeat actors, bad landlords accountable when there's repeat violations. And this would increase those penalties with each violation that's reported. So what we did was add just a few changes. We added in language, I think it was lines 16 through 22. If a landlord tries to avoid the required rental property registration. So what I was asking for was like a rental registry. And again, I want to reiterate that this legislation is not mandated. Local governments can choose to opt in or out of this, so it's not mandated. They can choose to do it. I would also say that they can choose to hold the registration and however they want to hold it. But lines 16 to 22 will deal with that. That was section 1. Section 2. It just updates the existing law on the county ordinances in unincorporated areas. It's just cleanup language. The counties already have the power to enforce these health and safety rules, and this section just affirms that the authority and ties to it to the enhanced penalties that we are proposing in this bill. So that is your lines 24 through 50. Section 3. This is the core part of the landlord accountability section. What this does, it defines what violations qualify. So if you look at lines 56 through 62, it just spells out applies to zoning, housing, environmental trash, overgrown vegetation, property and safety concerns. It does not apply to permit paperwork issues unless permits are completely missing from the permit process. The lines 61 through 81, I believe that's the fine. Do I have it? Hold on. Make sure I got you. That includes language about the fines and the repeat violation and what those fines will be. You can see there it starts at $3,000. It goes up from there. So that's your lines, what did I say, 69 through 81 defines those fines. What else did we change? Section 4. So section 4, lines 94 through 110, we're just trying to close that loop so that some of these companies are opening up different LLCs to be able to charge again, and they might have a violation, but they are the same company. So we added language to close that loop, and that was in 94 through 110 and lines 95 through 99, and that's the required rental registration. Now, one thing I do want to propose striking from lines 97 through 90, I'm sorry, no, that's wrong, 98 through 101, I would like for it to require any residential property to be on that registry. So I'm proposing that we strike all of that was proposed underlined in the sub. That was 98 through 101.
So unless the owner of such property owns 10 or more
Right.
through
It was the 10 or
registration.
more. I wanted to apply to anybody that owns a property should be okay with being under a registry, I would think. But I will leave the committee to decide, do they agree? I think that's it. Went through 107. Okay. 110 through 17. If a landlord tries to avoid registration by spreading those properties, this is again closing that loop over multiple LLCs or corporations, that is now illegal to do. And it becomes a violation of the Fair Business Practices Act. So in a nutshell, SB 166 is just about accountability without trying to overreach or without trying to put a mandate. It provides homeowners and small landlords, it protects homeowners and small landlords while giving local governments real tools to deal with repeat violators who put public health and safety at a risk and try to hide behind corporate loopholes. So I ask for a favorable consideration and a vote, and we'll take any questions.
What number are you? 3. Great.
Thank you, Senator, for bringing this legislation. I'm concerned about lines 98, where you said you want to delete that portion. Wouldn't it require some kind of coordination between the counties if you were, in fact, going to delete this section of the code?
Yes, but I guess striking this, I'm trying. I don't want it to just apply to over 10. I think that's why I was wanting it struck. But I think all of this will require some local coordination, if that's your question. So I didn't know if you were proposing like changing something or just leaving that line as it is.
I would certainly, I think it makes a lot more sense to leave it, because the violators will be penalized by one county, and if you delete it, then you're basically saying they could combine whatever properties have in various counties to be fined in a particular county.
Got it. Again, I think what I'm just trying to clean up, I don't want it to just apply to those with 10 properties, over 10 properties. I want it to apply with anybody who has a residential property. So it would be in the event, and in no event may a local government require the registration of residential properties unless you have over 10 properties. I want it to be anybody that has a property, not necessarily over 10.
That's a pretty low bar. It's a pretty low bar.
I mean, I'm entertaining. Like, I would just think that no one would have a problem with being part of the registry if you have a legit rental property, whether it's 2, because you get someone that has 7, but then this would not apply to them. That's the problem.
This may not apply, but the regular ordinances that would be on the books of the county would apply.
Mm-hmm.
I think this language that you have is trying to strengthen the punishment for those that have multiple properties
Yes.
that are repeat offenders.
Yes.
So I would recommend not trying to go after the mom.
The small ones.
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other
Any other questions, concerns?
What is the will of the committee? Any further discussion? So we'll deal first with the striking of line. Okay.
I think we needed a
We
motion.
did not. We did not.
We didn't have a
we did
motion.
not have a motion for that.
Whether
so
we keeping that
we're
or not.
gonna. Okay. If you yes. Okay. Would you like to make a motion to amend
Or just
the
keep it.
sub as it's written in front of us?
How about we meet in the middle, say 5? Because I do understand Senator Jones's,
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I do understand Senator Jones's heartburn with, going after the small mom and pops. But hearing you say like 7, if you have 7, then I would not be caught in this. So I would say, what are your thoughts on saying 5 instead of 10?
Senator? If we just
Are you-
amended
are you-
line 98 to say 5?
Senator Merritt.
I wouldn't have any objection to it.
So are you making a motion to amend line 98 unless the owner of such property owns 5? So we're striking 10 and changing that to 5, and then leaving everything else as written through line 101.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion to amend line 98. Do we have a second? Okay, so we don't have a second on that motion. So leaving it as is, we already had a motion on the floor, do pass. All in, any other discussion? Okay, motion on the floor, do pass. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I think that's unanimous, none opposed. Congratulations, Senator Merritt.
Thank you, members. Thank you, members. Thank you, Vice Chairwoman.
Yes, and that concludes today's Urban Affairs meeting.
Easy peasy.
Gotta leave it-
Thank you.
gotta leave it at 10. I won't try.